Whoa, hey guys, what's cracking? Do you feel that nip of uncertainty and anxiety about the future in the air? I know I do, and I think we all know what that means. It's time for course registration! Ooh, so grab your trusty navigator and let's get going. Before you go on your course registration adventure, make sure you have a few important documents. Your navigator, and your transcript, and your personal plan of study on your Google Drive. Hopefully, with the help of these documents, your PAC teacher, your teachers, and your counselors, and everyone else here at the school, you can pick the courses that are best for you. Starting in section 1 of the navigator, we're going to talk about some of the policies listed there. So, we're first going to talk about athletic eligibility. So, to be eligible for athletics, you have to have at least gotten 3 credits the previous semester. That's 6 classes. 6. And then with promotion and retention, which is basically your grade level being determined by the amount of credits you have, to be promoted to grade 10, to be a sophomore, you must have at least gotten 5 credits. To go to junior year, you must have at least gotten 11 credits. And then to be a senior, you must have at least 17 credits. And remember, students that are reclassified as a lower grade will not be pictured with their grade level in the yearbook. Now, the most important information you need to know from this section is how many credits you need to graduate. You need 4 units of English, 3 units of social science, 3 units of math, 3 units of science, 1 unit of practical art, that's like business, engineering, computer programming, the like, 1 unit of fine art, your music, your art, 1 unit of physical education, a half unit of health, and half unit of personal finance management. And of course you need 7 units of electives. And your electives, if you go above the required 3 units of math, and you take a 4th year of math, that would be considered an elective, or any modern languages that you take would also be considered as an elective. Another important thing mentioned in this section is a personal plan of study, which is basically a chart showing what classes you've taken and what classes you're going to take. As you're going into course registration, you're going to want to update this, or even complete it if you haven't already. There's a blank one featured in the navigator for a bit of a rough draft to get you started. Career planning holds a very important role in the selection of your courses. Take a look at the career planning section in your navigator following the personal plan of study. There are 16 specific career cluster templates to help you identify courses for your career path. On each career cluster template, there's a section entitled Recommended Career Electives, which provide you with some suggested electives that match your career cluster. Your career path will determine your post-secondary goals. Keeping your end goal in mind will help you determine your high school academic plan. Section 2 of the Navigator discusses the honors program here at Lindbergh High School. Please consult with your current teachers and ask them if you would be suited for honors in upcoming years. You should have received a copy of your transcript. It's very important for you to earn the best grades that you can, especially starting with your freshman year. Your transcript is the document institutions will use for the admission process. Please refer to the middle of the navigator in section 3 for the transcript explanation document. This will explain how to interpret your transcript. As you look at the example transcript, notice that this is a very good student. Notice that on the left side, it'll list your grades and previous accumulative GPAs in chronological order. Make sure that all of this information, the GPA and the grades, are correct. If your transcript says NC at all, it means you need to do attendance makeup with your grade level principal. If there's an I, that stands for incomplete, which means you need to make arrangements with your teachers to get that credit. On the right, you can see the credits that you've already completed and the credits that you still need. This should help you determine what outstanding graduation requirements you have. Section 3 of a navigator also includes LHS's course options. The first several pages of this section contain course options by grade level. These pages make it very easy to see all of the available options for each grade. Notice there are 4-digit course numbers on the left side of each course, which will be necessary in completing your registration form. In addition, to the right of each course is a column labeled Semester Full Year, which indicates if a course is year-long or only a semester. Y stands for a year, and S stands for only a semester-long course. The English courses in the middle of a Navigator in Section 4 kick off the course descriptions for each subject area. Please read them carefully to see that if a particular course is something that you are interested in. Pay close attention to see if there's a prerequisite, a requirement, and if you meet it. Again, when choosing your course, please ask for input from your teachers, parents, and counselor. Once you've taken some time to determine your course selection for each semester, you will complete the registration form. Your name should already be printed on the form. If it's not, go ahead and fill it in along with any other information in the left top box. If you have any questions about these fields, ask your PAC teacher for help. In the middle of the registration form, you will fill out your 7 courses per semester with course numbers. The course numbers can be found within Section 4, detailed in front of the name of the class above the description of the class. And don't forget, you're only allowed to take 1 learning lab per semester, and learning labs aren't for any credit. Where it says your PAC class, fill in the number of the PAC course and then write your teacher's name. And then at the bottom, you're going to want to choose 4 alternate courses, which will help you get into the courses you want if there's a conflict with your schedule. Make sure that you have your teacher's initials for the approval of your 4 core classes. Within the next week, your current teachers will be speaking with you regarding the recommendation as to what you should take next year. Please listen carefully to the recommendations and follow them. If you disagree, please have a conversation with your teacher inquiring how they came to the recommendation. Finally, at the very bottom, you need your parent and your signature. Your PAC teacher will remind you when the registration form is due. Finally, on the reverse side of the registration form are some things that you will need to consider if you choose an honors, AP, or IB course. Section 5 of a Navigator reviews post-high school planning guidelines. Every college has specific high school course requirements to be admitted that you can check out via their website. However, as a general rule, you should take 2 years of the same foreign language, 4 years of English, and 4 years of math for most 4-year colleges. In addition, the more selective the college is, the more core classes, advanced electives, and challenging courses you should take. You should also consider taking at least 1 AP class before you graduate to get some experience with a college-level rigor if you plan on attending a 4-year college. The section continues with an overview of NCAA athletic eligibility requirements for those of you who are interested in playing college-level sports. Make sure you follow up with your counselor to make sure you are taking the correct courses for college athletic eligibility. However, we understand that things may change, and you may change your mind in terms of your course selections. If this happens, you must make any adjustments before you leave for the summer. Once summer begins, your course requests are locked in and cannot be changed. 2 exceptions to this rule, however, are adding a learning lab and dropping an honors course. You can add a learning lab to your schedule if you do not already have one through the first 6 weeks of each semester. And then you may drop an honors course by completing the purple honors drop form beginning at the end of the first mid-quarter through the end of the first quarter. As part of the process, you must attempt some interventions with your teacher before we can make an adjustment. The summer school process, for those of you who are interested in summer school, is a different process from course registration. The information for summer school can be found on the Lindbergh website. Summer school is only mandatory for those who fail required courses. But some students decide to take summer school to do credits that they don't have time for in normal school hours. Finally, please seek out the input of your teachers, your PAC teachers, your parents, and your counselor over the next few weeks in terms of your course selections. We want you to take the best, most appropriate courses for you and your career path. Thank you for listening to this information about the class registration process. I know it was quite a lot. I hope you feel much more confident in going into this process, and I hope I answered many of your questions. If you have any questions remaining, don't be afraid to ask your counselor, or go online to the LHS website under the Guidance tab in Class Registration Bubble, where you'll find much more specific information about class registration. Now, if you don't mind, it's time for me to start picking out my classes. Let's see. Acting for the camera, 1445.